Here's another documentary about me charging my car. Let me turn on the lights. I think by the time this video is going to be uploading online to my channel, it will be exactly 3 months that I actually have an EV. So I think I am a little bit more qualified to actually tell people who are considering or at least curious of buying an EV, what's it like to actually live with an EV. So one thing I do want to talk about it is what's your expectation or people expectation as far as driving EV is concerned. Now I would emphasize one more time, if you haven't heard from me personally talking to quite a few people about EVs, is that EVs are not for everybody. That's a fact. Mainly because that most people, as far as trying to jump into the EV adoption is concerned, well, how am I supposed to charge my car? For me in particular, yes, I do have a home charging system at home, but however, it's not what you think. It's not the fast speed charging. It's actually a normal 110 outlet. Basically, what people call granny charging or trickle charging. For most people who really don't understand EVs, they'll go, well, how does it really work? You are definitely sacrificing time as far as charging concerned. If you have a high speed setup home charging, even though what they call high speed, from say for example from 10% battery left to 80 or sometimes even 90%, it will actually take you more than 7 hours in order for you to completely charge the battery. Like I said, from 10 to 90%, you're looking about 7 hours. So as far as people who are driving gasoline vehicles are concerned, well, it's simple. I could just drive into the gas station, pump it in less than 5-7 minutes, and you're on your way to go. And you can drive another 600 or 700 kilometers. Now that's a feeble argument that most people don't understand EV will use to combat and say, EVs are not for me. But now here's the, at least to my understanding, the biggest factor. You are saving money. Now people continue to use the standpoint, say, well, you're gonna save money, but really, how much would you be saving? Now I'm even seen a whole bunch of videos online talking about, oh, you're gonna save a lot in terms of running costs for your vehicle, but they don't really get into in depth as to just how much you save. Now I'm gonna throw 3 sets of numbers at you guys. At the end, I guarantee you, it will make sense. Now the first set of numbers is quite simple, from at least in the greater Toronto area. Right now, a liter of gas, regular gas, costs $1.12 on average. Let's use a Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla for example. Now those are by far, for a lot of people that know, that they are quite fuel efficient as far as vehicles are concerned. So for a 1 liter of gas, you can drive up to 14 and a half kilometers. Now for me, driving a Model 3, understanding 1 kilowatt of energy, I can eke out, at least in the summertime, about 8 kilometers, which is, well, I haven't heard too many people saying that, wow, you can eke out 8 kilometers in 1 kilowatt. In the winter time, on average, I still would get about 6 kilometers. Now, of course, all this are just mumbo jumbo numbers that people don't understand as of now. Here's the third part of the equation that makes sense. 1 liter of gasoline, petrol, whatever you want to call it, equals 8.9 kilowatts of energy. Let me repeat that. 1 liter of gasoline equals 8.9 kilowatt hours of energy. Now, using again my driving habits, 8.9 kilowatts times, did I say 6? Yeah. So 8.9 times 6. Again, I'll round it off. Your average consumption for me will be a little about 52 kilometers. So in terms of equivalent to your cost of gasoline of $1.12, I can drive 52 kilometers. Okay, now let that sink in for a moment. That's literally 4 times higher than what you can achieve on a liter of gas, which is $1.12. A kilowatt, at least in the off-peak hours, costs you 10 cents or 10.1 cents, using the equivalent of 8.9 kilowatt hours times 10.1 cents. Quite simple. You're looking at 90 cents. So if you're using that equation number, basically I spend 90 cents and I can drive 52 kilometers. Now, of course, most people will think, "Oh my goodness, look at this, another EV fanboy saying, oh, it's good for you, it's good for you." Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me give you one more set of numbers that makes total sense. Okay, at least in my mind, makes total sense. I don't know about all the other people who go, "Oh, I hate EVs. I don't drive EVs. Whatever the excuses you can come up with is that EVs are not for me." But like I said, it's true though. EVs are not for everybody. But people who are deliberately saying that I don't want to drive EV because I look silly in the EV, or you know what, I miss the roar of an engine sound, or I miss the speed, which clearly they don't know what they're talking about. Any EV will whoop any gasoline car then you can think of, especially the high performance one. Like, literally kill it. If you don't believe me, go online and look at all the drag races for all the, especially the Tesla beating all the Chargers, the Hellcat, the Challengers, the Corvettes, whatever you can think of. Okay, Lamborghini, whatever. They beat them all. Okay. So as far as EVs are not fast, you're clearly living under the rock for the past 15 years. That you don't have a clue what you're talking about. But somehow you just like everybody else, you want to make your 2 cents worth. That's my rant for today. My number won't shock the world, but it will shock a lot of people. I drove nearly 7,000 kilometers in 3 months. The total amount that I spent on the operating running cost of this car total $35. Let that sink in for a while. Now I deliberately not use the home charging as some people would use it normally. I rely on the public charging network. Now, one good thing about the public charging network is that they're everywhere. That's number one. And most of the time that I know, at least now, they're free. Yes, they are free to use. Yes, they somehow, I think some of them do have a limit, what they call a limit of 2 or 3 or 4 hour charging. I actually did cheap out on not getting the connector for high speed charging. Yes, I can go to the supercharger, no problem. But for me, there's a lot of public charging around my area that actually do have fast charging or DC fast charging, that they do acquire an adapter from Tesla that I can buy, and I can charge with those stations, which I didn't. But I think I should, and probably that when they are back in stock, which they've been out of stock for like 2 months now, I would definitely be buying one of those and use it to my advantage to charge in those public charging networks. Now again, I'm using the extreme case because I use trickle charging, deliberately not setting a charging at home, at least a high speed charging at home, and I rely on public charging. For those people who are living in condos and apartment buildings, say, "Oh, I cannot own an EV because I cannot charge it." There's public chargings all around. Like I said, they're free. Using my example, driving nearly over 7,000 kilometers so far in 3 months, operating cost for me $35. I don't care what car you buy, okay, even a rundown beater car can use fill up $35 of fuel and drive 7,000 kilometers. It's literally impossible. Once they own an EV, they will drive this thing all the time, like I do. Okay, barely 3 months, 7K on it already. You can't drive this in any gasoline car and expect it to. Oh yeah, I'm driving it. I'm driving everywhere I go. 7,000 kilometers. Let's see how much would you actually pay for the fueling cost for your car driving 7,000 kilometers. It's absurd. Now really think about this. Your cost will be as a substitute for time. Now, like I said, because I cheaped out, most likely you're going to be sitting in charging station for at least couple of hours. That's for sure. There's no escape from it. However, at least for Teslas, guess what? You got games to play with. You got movies you can watch, Netflix, YouTube, going online. You can do a whole sorts of stuff in a car while you're charging. And the worst case scenario, if I don't want to wait that long, I can drive right up to a supercharger, a Tesla supercharger, and I'm done in literally half an hour. Now, of course, it sounds like a Tesla commercial, a Tesla fanboy talking about, oh, how good Teslas are. Forget that. Just talk about EVs. Once you drive an EV, your driving habits will change. But overall, it will change for the better. Once you get over the hurdle about charging and waiting and all this stuff. Say, for example, you're going to a shopping center, and the shopping center has charging stations available. You just plug your car in and go shop. Same thing with going to a restaurant. Plug your car in and walk away. A couple of hours later, boom, you're done. How tough is that? There's a report that I actually stumbled upon about a couple of months ago. And the numbers are staggering too. In case you didn't have any numbers in your head right now that's already confusing you, let me put one more set of numbers. Every single day, okay, the big oil industry has a $2.1 billion in revenue. That's every single day. A $2.1 billion revenue that's driven by you all driving gasoline engine cars. Okay, or let me say that. You're driving your internal combustion engine car or ICE vehicles, like we like to say, we EV people like to say. You are continue feeding that big machine $2.1 billion a day. Now, most people will continue to say this, so I cannot afford an EV, oh, it's too expensive, blah, 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 blah. I'm not born with a silver or gold spoon in my mouth, blah, 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 whatever. And crying, oh my goodness, I'm poor. You're poor, yet stupid enough to feed that big engine machine called the oil company $2.1 billion worth of revenue per day. So don't cry foul next time when you say you're poor. Clearly, you're not poor enough to go, oh, well, I don't want to feed those big machines. I don't want to feed the big corporations money. Well, guess what? You are doing it. Because your excuse is, oh, I'm too poor. Oh, I don't have the extra expendable income to buy an EV. Oh, you EV people don't understand. We do understand. We do understand the fact that we don't want to feed that big machine $2.1 billion per day in revenue. That's why we stopped. So keep that in mind. There's going to be a lot more videos to come as far as this part of the series on EV driving. I'll do the usual. Please do like, share, and subscribe my videos. And there will be a lot more coming. And don't forget the other series on my channel, the Tesla Eyes series. It's actually quite fun. Anyway, so talk to you guys later.